Okay, hi everybody. So we are in week 15. This is the last week of the course, and I just wanted to record a short video going over your final assignments. So you have two final assignments. It's a two-part. So you've got your strategic guide for success final report, and you've also got your strategic guide for success presentation. So don't forget that back in week 1, I did post this strategic guide for success sort of assignment outline. So this is up. There's some notes on your introduction. There's some notes on what you should include in the body paragraph, your conclusion, what you should include in your appendix, what you should include in your PowerPoint. So don't forget that this is posted in week 1 under the Strategic Guide for Success assignment overview. So that is still available to you, and I recommend reviewing it. A note, and I have this big and in orange because it always comes up, and unfortunately I can't be flexible on this. I am usually pretty flexible about due dates and extensions, but unfortunately I cannot accept any late work for this assignment. The assignment will disappear after December 16th because I have to grade your papers and your presentations and get them into the registrar. So please make sure that you have this in. You still have over a week to get this in. It's due by December 16th, but please don't wait until the last minute. If you have technology issues, if something goes really wrong, this assignment will just disappear and you won't be able to submit it. So please make sure that you leave yourself enough time. Okay, so let's just go over what I'm expecting for the Strategic Guide for Success final report. It's going to have the following sections: title page, table of contents, abstract, which you've already written. You're just going to edit that. I'll speak more about that in a second. The introduction, the body paragraphs, your conclusion, references, and appendix. And again, there's more information about what I'm expecting in each of those written out in this assignment overview that was posted back in week 1. So for the abstract, you're going to use the abstract you wrote for the how to write an abstract assignment, but you're going to make sure that you go back and include any edits that I suggested on that assignment to make sure it's the polished best form of an abstract that you can write. Then your introduction, that should include information from your secondary sources. So in your introduction, if you go back to this guide, this is a review of the literature and should integrate your 3 outside sources in APA format. So you might frame this as why it's important to strategically plan for your career field, the challenges of the job market in your field, academic drift in undergraduate programs, or challenges of successful undergraduate completion. And then you're going to work on your methodology section. So this can either be in your body paragraphs or your introduction. But going back, so your introduction is going to include your information from your secondary sources. So those are the journal articles or the books or the websites that you found in the APA assignment week. Then your body paragraph should include some background. So just a brief introductory sentence about why you wrote your Strategic Guide for Success final report. Now, I know the reason you wrote it is because I asked you to for this assignment. It's your final paper. But remember up here that the objective of this assignment was to recommend to future students how to succeed in a career in your field or your fields. I know some of you interviewed people from diverse fields. So you're just going to include some brief background, your methodology section from the How to Write a Methodology assignment with any edits. Again, you're going to go back, you're going to make any edits that I suggested, you're going to clean that up and present it in its most polished form. And then recommendations for students interested in your field. So this is also in that assignment overview. So you're going to present each of your core categories of advice from your qualitative coding assignment. And then after presenting the advice, you're going to present strategies you propose on how to follow that advice. So if students are, if you are recommending that they need public speaking skills, maybe you look up in the course catalog if we have any public speaking courses at UB, or maybe they might join Toastmasters or another club that would allow them to practice public speaking. So be specific with your recommendations of one of your categories of soft skills using specific examples, courses, activities, either inside or outside of UB, maybe activities, jobs, clubs, internships that students can pursue to develop the skills that you outline in your core categories. So you're going to include that in your body paragraph as well. So a brief introduction, your methodology section, and then your core categories with suggestions on how students can develop skills in those core categories. Finally, your conclusion, you're going to use the conclusion you wrote for the How to Write a Conclusion assignment, again, with any edits. Your references, so these are going to be your APA cited end text, your reference citations. So you can go back to your APA citation assignments for those. Again, make sure that you check out any edits. If there were any changes, make sure you make those. And then your appendix should include your category page of the interview transcript coding assignment. So you're going to include all of those codes that you pulled out as well as your code categories. Spelling and grammar will make up 5 points of your overall paper grade. I'm going to post a rubric in the next few hours here, and make sure you run your report through Grammarly software or something similar if you aren't sure if your spelling and grammar are on point. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to create a strategic. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing on our strategic guide for success final report. So this will be double spaced. Please use Times New Roman font, 12 point, pretty standard. That just makes it easier for me to read. It makes it easier for me to grade. I prefer submissions in Microsoft Word. Please do not copy and paste your strategic guide for success final report into the assignment sort of section on UB Learns. You will lose points because it won't be in a report format. So make sure that you either submit a PDF or a Word document. Again, a reminder that I cannot read Pages files, so please make sure that you convert that before you submit it. The second thing you're going to submit is the Strategic Guide for Success final presentation. Again, I can't offer any extensions on this because I need appropriate time to give all of your presentations the review they deserve and grade them fairly. But for this assignment, you're going to present your proposed strategies for success in your chosen field. So basically, you're going to create a condensed version of your Strategic Guide for Success report, primarily focusing, you might want to focus a little bit, maybe 10% on your introduction, probably 70% on your body, your methodology, your recommendations, and then maybe another 20% on your conclusions. So you're going to create a PowerPoint presentation or Google Slides, but please download that. Make sure you don't submit a Google Slides link. Make sure you submit a downloaded external file. Presentation that covers your introduction, your interviews. So maybe you talk about who you interviewed, where you interviewed them, some things from your methodology, the results from your interviews, and then recommendations for students. The audience for this presentation, now I'm going to be the only one who watches it, but remember that your intended audience for this presentation is incoming first-year students at UB who are interested in a career in your field. So make sure when you are presenting to that imaginary group of students. So you're going to submit your PowerPoint and make sure you follow the guidelines from the Using Visuals and Presentations assignment. So 5 points of your overall total will be based on the formatting of your presentation. So light text on a dark background, make sure you're not using too many objects per slides. You can use as many slides as you need to, but your presentation should be no fewer than 3 minutes in length and no more than 5 minutes in length. So you might want to practice once or twice before you record to make sure that your presentation falls within that guideline. So there will be points on the rubric that I'll post shortly for getting your presentation the correct length, because that's really important, especially in the professional field. If you're presenting at a conference, if you're presenting at a meeting, you want to make sure that you are respecting people's time. So you want to learn to sort of gear your presentation to a specific length. So make sure that your presentation is formatted correctly. Make sure that it's the correct length so you can use as many slides as you want to, and you can flip through your slides so you can sort of put fewer objects per slide, like we saw in the Using Visuals and Presentation assignment. And then you're going to record yourself giving this presentation. So you're going to submit your actual PowerPoint or Google Slides or whatever it is, and then you're going to submit a video of you presenting your final presentation. So I prefer to see your face in the video, but right now I am actually at a conference in Philadelphia, so I am not putting my face on this video. I understand that things happen, so I will accept voiceover presentations like this one. You can record that on your phone. You can have someone else record it for you. I use an extension called Screencastify. You probably see the watermark on my videos. That is a free Google Chrome extension that you can use to record. You can use whatever recording software you'd like. You can use the one that comes on your laptop, but make sure you submit a video of no fewer than 3 minutes and no more than 5 minutes of you presenting your presentation. So again, the bulk of your presentation is going to be a little bit of your introduction, primarily the body, so your methodology, your results, and your recommendations for students, and then a bit of your conclusion, so wrapping up. If you have any questions on either of these, I encourage you first to read through the Strategic Guide for Success assignment document, because there is a lot of information in here and it's all fairly clearly written out. And if you still have further questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email. But again, make sure that you reach out before December 16th. If you email me December 16th at 10 p.m., unfortunately, I'm not going to see your email and I won't be able to respond. So please make sure you leave yourself enough time. You have over a week to get all of these done. They're not due till the end of finals week, but please don't leave it until the end of finals week to try to get this completed. I really look forward to your final reports. They're always really interesting to read, and I really look forward to seeing how all of your hard work in the class has come together in this final assignment. Again, feel free to email me with any questions, and I look forward to your final work. Thank you all for a great semester. Please make sure to fill out your course evaluation